take on the Tar Heels of North Carolina. Good evening, everybody. Mike Patrick and Dick Vitale. Welcome to ACC basketball. North Carolina is 11-6, and Dick, in all honesty, they haven't won an important game all year.
Mike, I really believe this is a crucial game for Dean Smith and his team. The reason I say crucial, not for an NCAA berth, but they need some pride and respect. Every time they have played a heavyweight, Missouri, Alabama, Georgetown, they have gotten the Big L. Now they play one of their big rivals.
Yeah.
They play the Blue Devils, and they're at home on their own living room floor. A must game for Dean Smith and North Carolina.
One of the keys, as usual, is point guard King Rice for North Carolina. Maybe more so tonight because of Duke's very intense defense.
I really believe that, Mike. I really think that he has to have an outstanding game. Late in the game, he's been excelling at the free throw line. But tonight, better than that, he has to distribute the rock. He's got to get the ball to their key big people inside. Scott Williams has been sensational lately, but he's going to have to get the ball. You know and I know, if he turns it over, it's a layup up the other way by Duke.
Duke has won 9 straight games, 3 in the ACC, and they're doing it without the injured Robert Brickey. And, Dick, you can actually see them get better each game.
Well, I think the real key for Duke, not only the great backcourt play of Henderson and Hurley, but it's been the inside play of Christian Laettner. Laettner's been sensational inside, averaging 17 points a game, rebounding at better than 8 a game. But more important than that, Mike, he's getting better with each performance. In fact, when we talk about the young second-year sensations in America, Billy Owens, and you talk about Chris Jackson and Alonzo Mourning, who was in the first game, you better start to include the name Christian Laettner.
You know, it's a great coaching matchup tonight with Mike Krzyzewski and Dean Smith. Mike Krzyzewski now regarded as probably the best young coach in this business. A lot of the experts would like to see him be the next Olympic coach. He's done a sensational job.
Unbelievable when you look at his numbers. The last 4 years, 3 trips to the Final Four. 129 and 29 in the last 5 years. He's been involved in a little controversy today down here on Tobacco Road. There's the write-up in the paper, and what that involves, basically, as you look at his quote, you can read that there. He was very upset with the local school newspaper grading his team individually as they rated all the players, and it upset him. He said, hey, I give my kids an A+. We've been overachieving, and it's really caused some controversy down here.
Of course, Dean Smith, of course, one of the coaching legends in this business. He's not used to struggling like this.
Well, I'll tell you what, you talk about Dean Smith, 9 consecutive 27-game seasons, 9 times in the top 10. But this is the big game for Michelangelo, and I'm going to promote Mike Krzyzewski. No longer Colonel K. I'm going to call him Lieutenant General. He's getting ready to be a general.
All right, it's Duke against North Carolina from a sold-out Dean Smith Center in Chapel Hill. Should be a great ball game, and we'll be back with the starting lineups in just a moment. The Dean Smith Center in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Duke, the Blue Devils, 8th ranked in the country against North Carolina. Let's get the lineups from public address announcer Kearney Andrews.
Good evening. Welcome to the University of North Carolina and the Dean Smith Center. Tonight, the Tar Heels host the Blue Devils of Duke University. Here are the starters for tonight's game. For the Blue Devils, at the guards, number 11, a 6-foot freshman from Jersey City, New Jersey, Bobby Hurley. At the guard, number 3, a 6'4" senior from University Park, Illinois, Phil Henderson. At center, number 30, a 6'10" senior from Bloomfield, New Jersey, Ala Abdelnabi. And at the forwards, number 32, a 6'11" sophomore from Angola, New York, Christian Laettner. And number 22, a 6'6" junior from Clifton Park, New York, Greg Kubek. And starting for the Tar Heels, at the guards, number 22, a 6'6" senior from Stanton, Virginia, Kevin Madden. And number 21, a 6'1" junior from Binghamton, New York, King Rice. At center, number 42, a 6'11" senior from Hacienda Heights, California, Scott Williams. At forward, number 32, a 6'9" junior from Eutaw, Alabama, Pete Chilcutt. And at forward, number 44, a 6'7" junior from Nassau, the Bahamas, Rick Fox. The officials for tonight's game are referee Jerry Donahue, umpire
Dean
one
Smith
John
and Mike
Moreau.
Krzyzewski have their teams prepared, and we'll be back for the tip-off from the Dean Smith Center in just a moment. Duke comes in 12-2 with a 9-game win streak, and in this series they have won the last 2 games here at the Smith Center. They have 4 players averaging in double figures, and 5 times this year they've had all 5 starters in double figures. North Carolina struggling at 11-6. It's their worst start since the 1965-66 season. And Dick, that was the last time North Carolina lost 10 games in a season. 1966, the last time they lost as many as 10 games. You look at Dean Smith's record, and it's almost ridiculous.
That's why he's a Hall of Famer, Mike. Consistency, to me, is the sign of greatness.
Duke in the dark blue controls the opening tip. Henderson with the opening jump shot.
Doesn't waste any time. He's their leading scorer. Just think about it, Mike. There were stories that he was going to leave Duke. Had he left, I really believe they would have been just a good team and not an outstanding team.
Even with another excellent freshman who you'll see later tonight, Billy McCaffrey, he is not the shooter that Henderson is. Rick Fox leans into one. Long rebound kicked into backcourt, and Rice goes back to save it.
Remember this right now in the game. Little interesting side note. Scott Williams has made his last 13 field goal attempts. 20 is the ACC record held by Ala Abdelnaby.
Fox picked up the loose ball. Chilcutt tried to tip it and couldn't. Leitner kicks it out to Hurley. Hurley, outstanding freshman. Good play by Scott Williams, tipped it away.
Bobby had 8 turnovers as we look at the North Carolina crowd. Certainly not the home court advantage that exists when you go to Cameron Indoor Stadium, where the wild Zanies are right on top of you.
Good inbounds pass, and Leitner puts it home, 4-0.
Christian Leitner, I'm really impressed with his development, Mike. Such an active player for a big player. Wipe that goal away, Mike. They didn't count that.
I don't know why, but
we're way up here. We're not at courtside.
We cannot see a scoreboard. King Rice on the drive. That is the kind of ability that King Rice has, but so much pressure on the young man.
He really needs to get a good start. Here he is going head-to-head against the Frosh phenom, Bob
Kubek.
Hurley.
Here comes Rice one-on-one against Hurley. Fox.
Excellent decision by Rice. 2-man play, great communication, hits the trail man, takes it with lots of confidence. Good play by Rice.
4-2 North Carolina. Obviously that last Duke basket was wiped off for a violation of some kind, and there's a turnover.
As we look at the North Carolina bench.
Duke going man-to-man.
Pressure man-to-man on the ball, denial on the wings, help inside. Those are the 3 concepts of a Duke team defense.
Chilcutt with Kubek on him. And Kubek will pick up the foul, his first.
Kubek's really playing well as we look at him. Pete Godet, talking to him, the fine assistant coach, had 16 points and 9 rebounds in that big game you did with Georgia Tech, and then came back with 12 points and 4 rebounds against an improved Maryland team.
They'll give the foul to Henderson instead of Kubek. It's his first. Kubek has been starting because Robert Brickey is out for at least another 2-3 weeks with a partially torn knee ligament. He will not have to have surgery.
They lose a real quality athlete in Brickey.
Madden drops it to Chilcutt. Fight for the ball underneath. Jump ball situation. Possession arrow will give it to North Carolina.
Kevin Madden, to me, has been sort of a disappointment based on the expectations about Madden as a player. Possesses great upper body strength. He has never really got into a consistent rhythm for an entire year and become the dominant player that I really feel he could be.
And even in the North Carolina system where you normally don't have dominant players, his numbers are really down. 9 points a game, 5 rebounds. Loose ball. Williams can't come up with it. Duke on a 4-on-1. Hurley,
oh,
nice
what a great look.
Pass. Kubek is clobbered by Chilcutt, but he'll get the foul. The basket wouldn't go for it.
What a sensational look by Hurley. What awareness. There's Mike Krzyzewski. He was a point guard when he played for the General, Bobby Knight. And there we're going to look at Hurley. He knows ahead of time where to go with the ball. Always one step ahead of the opposition.
Kubek, a good free throw shooter, and Duke the second best free throw shooting team in the nation. They have the top 3 free throw percentage shooters in the ACC. George Lynch, an exciting young freshman out of Roanoke, Virginia, who's averaging 9.4 points a game. Last 7 games shooting better than 61%, and he looks to be the best athlete on this ball club.
He's a scintillating rebounder. He really attacks the glass. As we look at Kubek on the free throw line.
And Lynch is one of those guys that doesn't mind mixing it up. As a matter of fact, it looks like he looks forward to it.
He's a tough competitor, very tenacious. Had a big game against Georgetown in an ACC Big East matchup that they lost to the Hoyas.
Kubek missed them both. And Scott Williams drags down another rebound. Ahead to Fox. Missed the runner. This is Hubert Davis into the ballgame for the first time. Fox for 3. He can hit the outside shot.
He was very quotable yesterday in the paper. He said if Duke thinks they're coming into our palace and going to just step out here and beat us, they're only kidding themselves. We will come to play. That's in essence what his quotes were in a local newspaper.
Fox hitting nearly 50% from three-point range. And there is Bobby Hurley answering with a 3. He has not shot that shot very well this year, only 35%, but he buried that one.
He's a capable shooter that you have to respect his range.
Great look by Lynch to get it to Williams.
Williams 14 in a row now. Field goal attempts he has made. Remember, 20 is the ACC record.
9-5. Hurley had to pick up his dribble, and Rice called for the reach-in foul.
Scott Williams was brilliant in that W against Virginia. Virginia, a struggling basketball team, but he had 12 consecutive baskets. He had a perfect game. Look at him sealing off inside. They dump it down to the box, get it to the open hand, and he scores inside. Scott Williams, California.
You can make 20 in a row if you get that shot.
I could even make those up.
Well, maybe.
Hey, Mike, you're so far up there. That's not fair to a guy with one eye. That's not fair, Mike. Help me out.
Hurley looks to Henderson, who had that opening jumper. Abdelnaby had it knocked away from behind. That was Lynch, but Davis steps out of bounds.
They telegraphed that pass. I really like Lynch. He's certainly one of the premier freshmen in the ACC.
Getting more and more playing time as the season goes on. Nice fake inside. Brian Davis draws the foul.
He made a sharp cut to the basket, but a poor defensive effort by North Carolina. They did not have the ball-you-man theory, and he made a slashing cut to the goal.
Foul was on Fox, his first team foul. That is the 3rd team foul. We're going to have to rely a little bit on the official stats from downstairs and the public address announcer to keep us up to date on some of these things, because as we told you, we cannot see a scoreboard from where we are tonight. Davis with a miss. Leitner offensive rebound. Forced it up. It wouldn't go. Lynch takes it for Carolina.
He wants it back.
Bad pass. Davis saved it, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah, he was setting it up for the slam dunk. A little two-man game. Lynch was going to be the trail guy. As we talked about his numbers, just awesome. When you look at the consistency, 27 wins a year over the last 10 years.
A lot of guys coaching never get 27 wins.
They end up in a booth like I am.
Henderson leaned into it and missed. Fox with another rebound. The foul will go against Duke.
Foul on Henderson, Mike. He's been an unsung hero, leading Duke in scoring. They got 9 consecutive wins after losing those 2 games to Syracuse and Michigan.
That's 2 on Henderson. North Carolina with the early advantage on Duke. North Carolina leading Duke 9-7 early in the ball game, and there's Bobby Hurley. What a matchup he had last week with Kenny Anderson, the other sensational freshman point guard playing for Georgia Tech.
You know, you talk about the importance of a point guard. Just ask the University of Florida, Syracuse, Pittsburgh, losing Sean Miller, the value of having a guy who can distribute the basketball at the proper time. And that's why this guy is important tonight, King Rice.
No whistle. Crowd thought they'd get a foul on Madden as he was double-teamed, but good defense by Duke, and Hurley back the other way.
Madden, normally an excellent post player, has that great body.
Billy McCaffrey, number 5, is in for the first time for Duke. Missed shot by Brian Davis. Foul underneath. It will go to the other end. And they're pointing at Laettner.
Last year, Duke came in here and beat him, as you alluded to on the top of the show. And Kubek, as we look at Laettner, Kubek came in and got 14 good points off the bench. There's the penetration, the dump down to Davis. He has the jump shot. Now we're going to see a little action here, a little push-off by Laettner on Lynch.
Good officiating crew tonight. John Moreau, Jerry Donahue, and Larry Rose.
Freddie Barracat really does an excellent job, the commissioner, in evaluating and staying on top of his officials.
Davis with McCaffrey on him. Nice move as he dipped the shoulder, but he missed the shot. Abdelnaby clears to Hurley.
He's looking for McCaffrey.
Rice has done a good job on him tonight. Abdelnaby from outside.
He's become a real improved player, Abdelnaby. Leading the ACC in field goal percentage, better than 60%. He's become a much more aggressive player.
It really gives them a big threat inside with Abdelnaby and Laettner at 6'10 and 6'11.
And this guy does such a great job teaching the team concept. Very upset, as we talked about earlier, with the local school newspaper for being a little critical of his team. He said, heck, we deserve an A+ with the way we've been playing. We've been playing brilliant basketball.
Jeff Denny is in for the first time for North Carolina. He wears number 3 in the white and light blue. Turnover story so far, 4-3.
One of the real question marks for North Carolina team defense because of a lack of team speed. There's the turnover, though.
Good trap, the staple of North Carolina's defense, and then they turn it over coming back the other way on a travel.
The staple, Mike, during the era when they had quickness, when you talk to Kenny Smiths and Michael Jordans. But right now, I really believe it's been a dilemma because they're not team quick.
Their power is definitely up front.
They're top heavy on the baseline.
Davis back out to Hurley. He and McCaffrey, the guards. Bad pass by Hurley.
He was really down on himself a little bit after the Maryland game. Turned the ball over 8 times, and that's not a typical Bob Hurley performance.
He had a 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio, which is what you're looking for, and now it's fallen under 2-to-1 with 101 assists, 56 turnovers coming into this game, and he's made a couple of bad passes early.
He is such a solid goal performer at that point guard slot. Well, Mike, you can't measure him just through numbers.
Lynch gets the bounce pass inside. There won't be a basket, but the foul on Henderson, and that is 3 on the Blue Devils' leading scorer.
Really big because now it forces North Carolina to attack a little bit more defensively against the youth of a Billy McCaffrey and a Bob Hurley, 2 diaper dandies.
McCaffrey, the freshman out of Allentown. Bobby Hurley, the freshman out of Jersey City, New Jersey.
McCaffrey struggling shooting the basketball, but everybody knows that is his reputation. He is a shooter.
And 18 points, and Phil Henderson has just gone to the bench. We probably won't see him the rest of that.
Oh, nice dump down.
Williams couldn't get it to fall for him after the great feed.
That's his first miss. He had 14 in a row.
Right. Hit 12 out of 12 against Virginia. He broke the Cavaliers back inside. Davis stepped out of bounds.
He also, prior to the Maryland game, was 12 for 13 against Pepperdine.
Yeah.
Hey, what about Maryland, Gary Williams? It's amazing. He got another W today. I had them earlier in the year. I can't believe they've excelled the way they have. It's just, I really believe his ability is so contagious, his intensity, his knowledge, and he's bringing back some excitement in Maryland basketball.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, Dick. He went through the first 12 games of the year and already equaled the number of wins they had all last season. Rice, good ball handling across the lane.
A lot of people have really been tough on King Rice.
Williams, off-balance shot, but he will draw another foul. Well, coming out of high school, he was it.
Well, he had these accolades coming out of high school, very comparable to a Bob Hurley. A step maybe below in terms of reputation that Kenny Anderson possessed because he was like all-world in high school. But in fairness to King Rice, I think it might have just been a situation of being a little bit overrated, and he's really doing the best he can possibly do.
I don't think anyone has ever questioned the young man's heart and desire. I think you're right, Dick. It may have to do with people's expectations, which are sometimes off the mark. Williams short on the free throw.
That's the human element. People certainly were all guilty of it.
Missed them both. Williams coming off a 31-point career-high performance against the Cavaliers of Virginia. The first ACC win of the year for North Carolina. Fox, nice reach in.
Give it back. Give it back. He's got a little showtime. He almost nonchalanted it, Mike. He almost took it in a little bit too slow. There's the score. They're tough here. They are tough at home.
Rick Fox picks up North Carolina with the turnover and then the slam. It's 11-7 Tar Heels.
Mike, Tar Heels up 11-7, as you can see, with 13-12 on the clock. Watch the ball-you-man, ball denial defense of Ricky Fox. Right now, he's going to play the passing lane. He sees ball-you-man number 44, and now watch the conversion. They finalize. King Rice, very unselfish. He gives it to Fox. He says, you know what, Rick? You made the defensive play, and I want to get you the deuce. So after the game, when you walk out, all the co-eds say, my guy Rick is a star.
Rick Fox with 7 of North Carolina's 11 points. It's a 4-point game. Duke having trouble getting it inbounds. Hurley almost lost it.
Fox is trying to really live up to his statements in the paper. A la Muhammad Ali in this game.
McCaffrey inside the 3-point line with a missed Chilcutt. Clears to Fox. Madden's back in there. Williams was wide open. Fox didn't see it. And then Chilcutt throws it out of bounds.
Not a good pass by Chilcutt. They run a sideline transition game, Mike. They like to bring the ball up the sideline and then utilize the reversal or the skip pass and then dump it down into the low post. I remember when they ran that with Sam Perkins and Brad Daugherty trailing. Awesome, baby.
The delayed fast break has always been a hallmark of North Carolina. Something that it seems other teams just relax on and can't seem to figure out.
I'll tell you who runs that very effectively as we look at Mike Krzyzewski. Kansas runs that exceptionally well. There's Williams now stepping out and hedging defensively. We call that hedging.
The 7th turnover, and here's a reach-in foul on Hurley. That's his 2nd. Henderson already on the bench with 3. And Mike Krzyzewski will go to his bench right away. We get Joe Cook into the ballgame, number 13, a junior out of Lincoln, Illinois.
He's a defensive player, has a lot of quickness. He's had some academic problems where Mike has suspended him for the team until he's got his academics together. Didn't take him to Hawaii.
Rice. Now you can see Duke has turned up the defensive pressure a notch. Madden. Offensive foul on Kevin Madden.
Duke does such a great job rotating over defensively, closing off the drive-in angle. See, Madden's got the open lane right here, but look at the help defensively. They rotate over John Moreau with an excellent ball. Defensive player in good legal defensive position. There he is, planted, and there's the contact.
Chilcutt comes out, and Henrik Rodel in for the first time, the freshman out of Neusenstamm, West Germany. And they lose the ball again. Carolina, this is the best job I have seen them do on defense all year long, and they have a 4-point lead nearly halfway through the first half, 11-7.
Like, they're playing with a lot of pride at stake right now. They know they've been a hurt basketball team and have not lived up to the tradition of North Carolina.
Madden, what a shot!
That's a big-time play right there. Catches the ball in deep. He explodes to the basket. Good up and under move. There's the trap.
12 minutes to go first half. McCaffrey, backcourt. He saved it and threw it right to Fox. Rodel saves a behind-the-back pass. Nice pass to Rodel. Lynch with a good feed. And North Carolina, with its best first of the season that we've seen, has sprinted to an 8-point lead.
They're going to trap Cook because he doesn't have a whole lot of experience in that backcourt.
Kubek, an excellent shooter. They are kick it back to Leitner.
Really struggling offensively, Mike, with their movement. Mike Krzyzewski needs a timeout to settle his club down.
At a violation, they lost the ball again. The 10th turnover for the Blue Devils. They're used to doing this to other people. Right now, they're having it done to them. And North Carolina, with 11-17 to go in the first half, has an 8-point lead. North Carolina with an impressive early lead on the number 8 team in the country, the Blue Devils of Duke, 15-7. Duke has gone 8.5 minutes without scoring. They've only had 9 shots in 9 minutes of play here at Chapel Hill.
North Carolina really excelling defensively, and one of the reasons Henderson out with 3 fouls. Hurley has not played well early, and really North Carolina taking advantage of that on the defensive end.
Madden gets it to Rice, hesitated, then a set shot won't go. Knocked out of bounds, out to Duke.
You know what I got a big kick out of coming in here today? Many of the fans coming up to me and saying, hey, we're gonna upset Duke. I said, upset? Check the paper out. North Carolina is the favorite. They're here at home. They haven't lost at home yet, Mike.
11 minutes to go, first half. 15-7 North Carolina.
Played some good help defense. The offside should be open.
Bobby Hurley is back in there, and Scott Williams will pick up a reach-in foul. That's his first.
They really need a solid game right now out of Hurley against that pressure defensively.
That's the 15th foul against North Carolina. So I'll have one more before Duke is in the bonus.
North Carolina doing, as you said, an outstanding job defensively, the best that I have seen in a few games that I've been around and doing Carolina games this year.
Thomas Hill out of Lancaster, Texas is in. Kubek dribbled himself right into a trap. Davis back the other way, missed on the break. The tip won't go, and Hill has the rebound.
That's big. You want to convert and finalize in transition. You want at least a 60% ratio in your conversion.
Davis, baseline, once again, he gets caught, and Duke is not playing the way Duke always plays. They're not playing smart.
They're not really getting good ball movement, Mike. They're trying to utilize the dribble and penetration, which is one of their trademarks, but I think they got to get a lot more ball movement against the defense of North Carolina.
12 turnovers in 10 minutes, and that's King Rice.
Very poor defensive job right there by Hurley. Hurley allows him to go right by him, down the lane. No one rotated over to give any kind of help.
Biggest lead of the game for North Carolina, 17-7. Hurley in a trap.
Picks up his dribble. That's a no-no against the trap. I can see his father writing down all the notes at home, watching on the tube. He'll get on the phone after the game and say, Robert, don't pick up your dribble in a trapping area.
Leitner with a runner, it won't go. Loose ball. And Carolina will come out with it. They have done everything right tonight.
And the crowd loves it. They're probably cheering down at the four corners right now on Franklin Street.
Nice steal by Hill. Great anticipation, good hands, and then body control to stay in bounds.
Hill, a real good athlete.
Kubek for 3. Tip won't go.
They can't score, Mike. It's over 10 minutes.
Williams is fouled by Brian Davis. Mike Krzyzewski's going to ask him to check the rims.
Well, you know, 40% of his team is not on the floor now. Right. When you talk about a Bricky out the last 2 games and Henderson. That's leadership, that's experience, and that's talent.
Abdelnaby comes back in for Duke. So does Henderson. Mike Krzyzewski realizing the gravity of this situation. Henderson with 3 fouls will come back in.
That's a gutty move by Mike. And what he's concerned about, he doesn't want North Carolina to get out to such a big lead that it's almost impossible to catch it.
Rick Fox follows Scott Williams' miss, and he's fouled.
Fox is very emotional today. As I talked about, I couldn't believe his quotes all over the paper yesterday in Chapel Hill. He said, we're going to come to play. Look at him working for inside position. Big, strong body from out of the Bahamas, converts it, and the crowd here in Blue Heaven love it.
Foul was on Thomas Hill, his first. Fox can't convert the 3-point play, but he has 9, and it's 19-7 North Carolina.
Remember now, Henderson with 3. They got to get a jump shot out of Henderson somehow off the screen.
Hurley, good drive, but missed the shot. Abdelnaby missed the follow.
They've done a great job negating Abdelnaby and Leitner on the interior.
Jeff Denny picked up by Hurley. Well, they've done a great job in every aspect of the game, Dick.
Especially on the defensive end here. Patented moving.
It looks like they're clearing out for Fox.
Well, they know he has the hot hand. They're getting a lot of good movement offensively, and that's a high percentage shot.
21-7. Kubek is out. Hill leads. Leitner comes back in. And all the buttons that Mike Krzyzewski are pushing aren't connected.
And the other key right now, Mike, is that the Duke defense is not forcing the turnover like they normally do, which leads to the easy basket.
And they have so often lived off their defense.
They really force people into a lot of turnovers. And that's a credit to King Rice and the performance of the North Carolina guards.
Hurley can't find Leitner.
They're really denying inside. Chilcutt trying to keep Leitner away from the ball.
Hurley behind the back, couldn't get away from Denny. Leitner with a 15, or making an 18-footer, missed it.
They'll allow him to shoot that on a perimeter. They don't want him inside to seal and post.
Denny to Madden to Chilcutt. Boy, North Carolina wants this one.
They're carving them up, Mike. They're really excelling and moving the ball. They're really playing with a lot of confidence, something they needed early in this game.
23-7. North Carolina, here's a foul away from the ball. It looks like Rick Fox, and that lit Dean Smith up.
He can't believe it. He can't believe that he was denying. He thought McCaffrey pushed off on Fox.
I think Dean wants a shutout.
He's had some unbelievable titanic battles with Mike Krzyzewski. Last year they had that big battle in the ACC Championship. North Carolina wins. There was that little shoving match at halftime, and then the two coaches got into it verbally.
Got the ball inside to McCaffrey. He missed the layup under some pressure, but probably not enough to force the miss. Lynch.
It's right now a high percentage offensively with every possession, Mike. They are scoring. Duke is in big, big trouble.
25-7, and Duke has gone something like 12 minutes without scoring, and there the drought is broken. Hurley hits a three.
Takes it upon himself, a little one-on-one move to hit the open jumper.
Good pass. A couple of more of those. Madden answers at the other end.
Can't stop him defensively. Well, what a nice pass by King Rice. He laid the bounce pass at the perfect position, and Madden excels on the boxes.
27-10, 7 minutes to go, first half. Boy, it has been all North Carolina. McCaffrey for three. Line drive, he hit it, and there's a foul underneath, and they'll call it on Henderson, his fourth. What a huge call that was.
Kevin Madden comes over to him. Now there's McCaffrey going to shoot the open jumper, and they get Henderson. John Moreau does inside with a little push-off. Not an intelligent play by Henderson. You got 3 fouls. You're a vital part to this team. You're one of their most valuable players. And to get a foul in a pushing situation, that's absolutely not an intelligent play.
Mike Krzyzewski didn't care for the call one bit. It may be a long time before we see Phil Henderson back into this ball game.
There's a little guard by the name of Tommy Amica, now coaching, sitting next to him. What an outstanding point guard. He put pressure on the ball defensively better than any point guard I have seen, Mike.
And like most of the people at North Carolina and Duke, a good kid. Very nice young man.
Well, that's what makes these programs so special. Quality players, quality athletes, players graduate, the whole bit. They represent what the NCAA is really all about.
Lynch with a miss. McCaffrey, nice fake, got inside and scored.
He can score, Mike. He was sensational last year in the Dapper Dan. He and Hurley were brilliant, sparking their team for the W.
27-15. If Duke just gets this below 10 at the half, they'll have done a good job.
That's a little goal you play now as a coach. You play right now the clock and certain little scoring blocks, and that would be a goal of Mike Krzyzewski.
King Rice. Good penetration. Rodel for three.
Mike,
everybody's hot.
Rodel hits the three, but let's give credit again to the penetration of Rice, who created the opportunity for Rodel.
There are times when King Rice looks like an all-league performer. He can be sensational. Good feed to Leitner, but he missed the shot under pressure.
Previous games, they were all going down in that sequence. Rice was brilliant when they beat last year Duke at Duke.
Certainly was.
He played outstanding. Jeff Lebo had an ankle injury.
Lynch tried to pass it inside, knocked away Hurley. 1-on-3. Bad decision by Hurley, and then Lynch tipped it to Rice.
1-on-3, as you called, Mike. Poor decision by the freshman.
Lynch, double clutch. Davis follow. And the rebound goes to Duke.
Lynch had an open Madden, but he missed him. Madison wide, George. That was wide open.
Abdelnaby at the other end. That'll be a goaltend.
They have really been unable to get the ball inside to Abdelnaby. There's George Lynch, 34. Here comes Scott Williams back on the floor.
That makes it 30-17. The lead back to 13 points. 5:24 to go first half.
Remember this, in the two big L's that Duke had, they fell behind by big numbers against Syracuse and Michigan and came back to take the lead.
Chilcutt left wide open, and he buries it. Chilcutt with his 4th point. Fox continues to lead North Carolina. He has 11. The leading scorer for Duke is Bobby Hurley. He has 6. McCaffrey, the second leading scorer, he has 5.
If they're going to get back, Duke, they're going to have to tighten up on the defensive end.
Hurley tries from long range again. We have a foul underneath it, but go against North Carolina.
Michelangelo working the sideline. Dean Smith really concerned about the club. Here comes Denny on the floor.
Williams picks up his 2nd personal.
You know, when you look at their losses, and I'm certainly not making excuses for North Carolina, they don't need Dick Vitale to make excuses. But they've lost to some heavyweights, Mike, some really high-powered clubs. In fact, Dean said to me tonight, he said, hey, our win over Kansas State looks good now after what they did to Oklahoma.
But again, it's back to expectations. If you are 11-6 at North Carolina, that is so highly unusual that people are upset about.
Well, especially when you have the kind of personnel. See, I really believe they still have the making of some good talent when you're talking to Williams, the Maddens, the Fox, the Chilcutts, the Rices.
Both teams having a terrible time shooting free throws tonight. Crawford Palmer, number 34, is in.
Physical
Duke. Davis walked.
They are so out of sync offensively, and really credit that to the defense tonight of North Carolina.
Dick, that's 14 turnovers for Duke in the first half.
Mike can't believe it. He and his coaching staff.
If you joined us late, Phil Henderson, the Blue Devils' leading scorer, 18 points a game, has 4 fouls, and he's on the bench.
I think the key has been the half-court offense of North Carolina. Their execution has been superb.
And they've played some excellent trapping defense. Fox, who's been hot, finally missed one, but the tip is good.
They're really playing well tonight.
Is that Davis?
Yeah.
Hubert Davis gets the tip.
Good offensive rebound by Davis.
34-17, North Carolina with a lot of breathing room again. 4 minutes to go, first half. Leitner saved it. He hasn't had much room to operate at all inside. The basket counts. Who gets the foul?
Good one-on-one move by Christian Leitner.
Offensive foul on Leitner, his 2nd.
After the score, though.
Yeah, they'll give him the bucket.
There's the score. He releases, and now here goes the call by Larry Rose. Up the other way we go. In the NBA, you can't have that play.
Well, supposedly you can't have it in college. If contact occurs before the shot, the basket's not supposed to count. Obviously it did, but they counted anyway.
I don't like that make-up call at all. I like the NBA rule. You can't have a score on an offensive foul.
Duke has been to the free throw line 4 times tonight. North Carolina's been to the line 5 times. Nobody's made one. That's 0 for 9 between them.
That's Brick City, USA at its best.
Chilcutt.
Look at this.
0 for 10 for both teams.
That's unbelievable. I'm going to go run out there and give a little clinic on how to shoot the free throw.
Even you could be better than 0 for 10. I'll give you that. Drive down the lane. There's the rejection, and it's showtime.
Here it goes. They say, no, Bob Hurley, baby. Don't bring the rock into us. Get it out of the lane. It's going to go back in your face.
Davis with the jam. It's 36-19.
Keyed by their defense.
McCaffrey, fall-away jumper, whistle before the shot. Lynch will pick up the foul underneath. That's his first. It will be a 1-on-1 situation to send Duke to the line.
Lynch gets the foul. Dean Smith talking to his young player. Hey, George Lynch is going to be a real special player.
Isn't he?
Wait till you see this kid they got coming in here next year. He lives in my city. Bradenton, Florida. Cliff Rozier. The other night, Mike, he had 47 against one of the top high school teams in Florida, Bardo High School. Plays at Southeast. You remember the name, Cliff Rozier.
Leitner's the guy who you would think would break the string of missed free throws. He's an 86.9% free throw shooter, number 2 in the ACC. He only has 3 points so far.
Come out of Angola, New York.
Average is 17.
He's got a lot of talent. He can pass it. He can play on the perimeter, play on the inside. It's been all North Carolina, 36-21. Hurley has the basketball against Jeff Denny. A little one-on-one situation. Here comes the penetration. He goes down the lane. They say, no, get it out of there. There's the block shot. And here's Hubert Davis. He's going to put the little exclamation point on it. He slams it, brings it home, and his Uncle Walter watching. One of the greatest shooters ever in a Carolina uniform. Says, that's my nephew.
36-21, North Carolina with a very impressive first half. They've got 9 points off second chance opportunities. Duke, nothing.
There's that passing game. Pass, go away. Watch a pass, go away from the ball. Pass, go away from the ball to take the defensive way. Looking for that high percentage shot or some cut to the basket.
Lynch being guarded by Leitner.
Don't want to pick up that dribble. Want to pass it, cut hard. Oh, nice play. Ooh, they want to go for the score.
Fox left alone. Got by Abdelnaby. Really forced it up, made it anyway. 13 for Rick Fox.
Hey, Mike, get the bus and start going home, Mike K. When they start making those kind of shots, that's like Impossible City, the one he just threw up.
38-21 as we hit the 2:30 mark first half. Carolina has been terrific tonight. Leitner with a tough pass. Abdelnaby with a good effort to get it, but it's blocked. Chilcutt got a piece of it.
What a defensive effort. And then they
back the other way. Chilcutt out of bounds to North Carolina.
They're just beating Duke to every ball. They're really hustling and scrapping. They're just out hustling them here tonight. Watch this effort right now. Fox is playing a great game. Here's Chilcutt. Good block by Chilcutt. Excellent timing.
And Dick, you can probably go a whole year without saying somebody's out hustling Duke.
I know, that's really their trademark. Play with intensity, emotion, and play hard. I get a feeling they're playing a little bit scared right now.
I think they've been intimidated by the way North Carolina came out after them.
Look at Mike. He comes out of the man-to-man, goes to the zone. That's unusual in a Mike Krzyzewski scheme of things defensively. Really hurt with Henderson getting the 3 early. And now 4. Playing a little matchup here defensively. The one thing they have going for them, Mike, is they know they've come back against Syracuse and Michigan, even though they lost.
Only 3 seconds on the shot clock, and King Rice gets the roll.
Everything's falling tonight, baby. That's as big as the Atlantic Ocean.
40-21. And the crowd coming to its feet in Chapel Hill. I don't think they expected this. Bad pass by McCaffrey. It's picked off.
They're telegraphing every entry they're trying to make offensively from on top, as opposed to getting the wing entry. And you got to credit that to the denial defensively by North Carolina.
Now with a 19-point lead, Dean Smith wants to take some time off the clock. He doesn't want to see a couple of 3-pointers eat into this in a hurry.
That's great coaching. There's no doubt about it. Utilize the clock. Look at the crowd. They love it. They're standing up. And today, in the first half, there's no doubt about it. King Rice has won the matchup against Bob Hurley.
He has been sensational. Shot clock is down to 10 seconds. Lynch. Chilcutt. Rice with 2 on the shot clock. Kubek with a rebound and threw it away. Davis.
Every loose ball, Mike. Every loose ball. Playing aggressive basketball. A sign of playing aggressive basketball is offensive rebounding, blocking shots, and getting the loose ball.
42-21. Hurley will draw the foul as Rice and Davis double-teamed him, and now some words exchanged. Rice picks up his 2nd personal.
Look at Dean Smith. He wants the offensive foul. He's signaling. Dean
was going to talk to King Rice.
Well, Dean before the game was talking about confidence, talking about how his club needs a big win to get their confidence to believe. And this could be the win that could set them going, Mike.
Hurley, an 82% free throw shooter. It would certainly get them back into the conference race. They're 1-1. Duke, the only unbeaten team at 3-0.
Hey, anybody who doesn't believe that Dean Smith in North Carolina will still be challenging for that Atlantic Coast Conference title is only kidding himself.
Hurley missed. Lynch got it up.
Everything's falling down, baby. It's unbelievable. It's awesome. It's been a show. It's been North Carolina dominating in every phase of the game.
They could throw one in from Raleigh tonight.
They love it here.
44-21. And that score will send shockwaves through college basketball. A sensational first half for the Tar Heels of North Carolina in a season where they have struggled. Let's go back to the studio, and I think an equally shocked John Saunders.
Absolutely, Mike Patrick. The North Carolina Tar Heels are supposed to be the team who couldn't get out of the gate this year. Duke was playing very well, only 21 points in the first half. It took them 12.5+ minutes before they reached double digits, before they got to 10 points on the scoreboard, so Duke is down in a big hurry. Earlier tonight, Mike Patrick and Dick Vitale. What a story.
Boy, John, it is quite a story. As you said, 45-21. North Carolina has done literally everything right in the first half, and it looks like Duke has done literally everything wrong, Dick.
Well, you know, you talk about the execution. It's been absolutely sensational for North Carolina.
Yeah.
On the offensive end, high percentage shots, defensively as well. Take a look right now. Here's Hurley penetrating, trying to get the good shot, but it's been Brick City, USA for Duke. Duke shooting better than 50% as a team during the year. As you see, another miss on the interior, shooting only 8 for 24, 33% in the first half, and played very poor basketball. I mean, their execution was not typical of a Duke basketball team.
Really, 24 shots in 20 minutes isn't very good either.
Well,
and hats off to King Rice, a young man who has taken a lot of heat from us and everybody else, and rightfully so when he plays badly. He's been exceptional tonight.
He really has. He has scored. He has distributed the basketball. There's the penetration, goes down the lane, converts. He has won the battle of point guards tonight. He's been the super player. There's no doubt about it. And Rick Fox, he was like Muhammad Ali, bragging before the game that we will be ready. And then he came out tonight and he delivered. He became all Muhammad Ali. Look at the numbers, Mike. 13 points, 6 for 9 from the field, 3 rebounds, and a solid job defensively. He was denying like crazy. You know what denial is? Like this. Don't let the ball get in. Like if I'm guarding you, Mike Patrick,
you're denying me the camera.
I need some airtime.
Of course, the one thing I think Rick Fox did tonight was something Carolina has not had in earlier games, that one individual to step up and lead the way.
He really has been the leader on the floor as Mr. Rice. Well, remember, here in Blue Heaven, I'm not really surprised they're leading. I'm surprised that they have dominated and have really just taken control of this game.
45-21, North Carolina over the 8th-ranked Duke Blue Devils. We're at the half. We'll be back for the start of the second half in just a moment. Welcome back to Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Mike Patrick and Dick Vitale with you. We're at the Smith Center in Chapel Hill, the home of the Tar Heels, and they are enjoying a first half blowout of the 8th-ranked Duke Blue Devils. Here are the stats. Duke shooting 33%, Carolina making nearly everything they've thrown up, 20 out of 33, even though they missed all 6 free throw attempts. They lead in rebounds. They have certainly won the turnover category. Fouls nearly even, but the big story there is Henderson with 4 personal fouls, 2 points in the first half. He's their leading scorer. Christian Laettner, the second leading scorer, has only 4 points. So the big guns for Duke have failed to come through in the first half.
Can you believe what the lead would have been had Carolina converted? 0 for 6 on a free throw line. Here's another interesting combination. Laettner and Abdelnaby are 2 for 9, and between them they average better than 31 points a game.
One more for you. King Rice with 5 assists. Bobby Hurley with 7 turnovers.
In the first half, that's unbelievable.
Going to reach in foul right away. And on Williams, that's 3 on Scott Williams.
Now here's where, against Michigan, they were down big. Duke made a tremendous run in the first 4 minutes. Came out with a lot of intensity.
Abdelnaby, that'll be goaltending on Williams, who reached up late.
It's really very important for Dean Smith's team to guard against being lethargic and thinking this game's in a victory column already. And there's the interference right up there by Scott Williams. Good call by John Moreau. He was the trail official with a good angle.
Got it when it was over the cylinder.
So many times you see clubs get flat after the first 4 minutes with a big lead.
Henderson starts the second half. Fox misses his first opportunity. He had 13 points first half of play.
We only have to think the last Monday, Michigan up 33-13.
Laettner can't hit the bucket, but he'll draw a foul inside already. Duke has gotten a couple of good shots, something they didn't do most of the first half. Chilcutt gets his second, and that's the second team foul on North Carolina.
I would have liked to have heard the Lieutenant General at halftime, Mr. Krzyzewski, laying it on his troops. I mean, getting beat is one thing, but being humiliated and embarrassed on national television is another.
And these teams, I think, would rather beat each other than anyone else. Laettner, 0 for 1 at the line first half.
It's amazing when you think about the other day, Purdue plays Indiana. Purdue is down 16 at Indiana. And then they come back and win. As we look at Robert Brickey, they said he'll be out for at least 2 weeks. The fine small forward.
Excuse me, I was wrong on Laettner. He's now 3 for 3, make it 4 for 4 from the free throw line. So the first 4 points of the second half to the Blue Devils. They have cut the lead, cut it to 20. Rice guarded by Hurley.
Mike Krzyzewski's goal, I really would believe, playing short blocks. Hope to get this to 10 with about 10 minutes to go, Mike.
Almost picked up the steal there. Watch Henderson. He's playing very aggressive defense on Fox. Chilcutt tries to put it up. Williams. Would you go to Rick Fox and let him go one-on-one on Henderson?
Yeah, I'd try to post him inside immediately, take advantage of his big size.
Fox, after the clear-out, tried to go down the lane, and they turn it over.
The last 3 possessions, they have been very sloppy, North Carolina. They did not certainly play like they did in the first half.
Fans a little quiet, wondering what's going to happen here. Hurley to Laettner.
I think everybody anticipates a run by Duke. They're just too talented to be down 24 at halftime.
Kubek, he's on the line. It's a 2-point shot, won't go. Rice knocked it out of bounds, but last touch by Laettner.
See, right now, let's see if North Carolina gets that traditional passing game going. Pass and go away. There's King Rice. He passes, goes away. Then they try to lock inside of the boxes. They're always exchanging down in the low post area.
Rice with a pull-up jumper. Laettner with another rebound. This is Hurley. Henderson for 3. Abdelnaby had his hands on it, lost it. Laettner got it back. Still loose. Rice down on the floor. The loose balls have gone to North Carolina. Nice defensive play by Abdelnaby. Tried to throw it back in, knocked away. It's out to Duke.
Remember, Duke has won the last 2 confrontations on this floor. I'll never forget the one 2 years ago against the J.R. Reed team when Robert Brickey made that great shot block at the end of the game.
We've played almost 2.5 minutes. North Carolina has not scored in the second half. Abdelnaby with a lob. Good help defense by Fox.
They have really telegraphed their passes all night long.
Chilcutt. Hurley with a rebound and wants to run. Gets to the middle. Good feed to Laettner. He's fouled.
He pushed the ball up the court. I can't remember too many fast break opportunities by Duke throughout an entire first half.
It's because there haven't been many.
Defensive transition is so important. Here's Hurley now penetrating, pushing the ball up the court. He gets the good pass, the good angle by Laettner. Gets fouled on a play.
Rice commits his 3rd personal foul. Laettner with 6 points will go to the line. This is Thomas Hill out of Lancaster, Texas, back into the ballgame.
I don't want to keep emphasizing and overstating it though, Mike, but Syracuse and Michigan had the big leads also. Not 24 though, but they had big leads and Duke came back.
Laettner with a miss. 6 points, 8 rebounds on the night for the sophomore out of Angola, New York.
He converts on a free throw. They got to make something happen with some defensive pressure.
He was the ACC Player of the Week for his performance against Georgia Tech and Maryland. 50 points, 17 rebounds.
It just was sensational. He was almost a choice for Windex Player of the Week. He went to Derek Coleman.
5 straight points for Duke. It's 45-26.
This Henderson
tipped out of bounds to Duke.
Well, Henderson deflected it, and then it went off the hands of Fox. See, North Carolina's becoming a little passive. They're standing around.
And that's very natural with a big lead like that. It's so tough to keep your intensity up.
Well, the other club is going to go up a notch, almost by just human nature. Little trap right now by North Carolina. Oh, nice fake.
Laettner down the lane, collision, no whistle. Kubek double teamed inside, got it back. Won't go for him. Scott Williams with a rebound. 17 minutes to go in the game.
Mike Krzyzewski wanted a foul. Kubek really struggling. There's a guy that's not struggling. Rick Fox, he's been the star of stars tonight.
That pass was tipped. It still went right to Rick Fox. He has 15. 47-26.
Scott Williams
really can't, Dick, miss any opportunity to score.
Not a good shot by Hurley, but what a defensive job being done on the baseline by Scott Williams and by the entire North Carolina front court. There's the former point guard for West Point. His 10th year as the coach at Duke, 3 times in the last 4 to the Final Four.
Duke down by 21. Laettner, nice return pass from Hill, but it won't go. Laettner follows, got it, and he's fouled.
Good second effort by Christian Laettner. One of the simplest plays in basketball, the old give-and-go play.
Foul on Fox is his 3rd.
See this little pass? Simple give-and-go. Davis leaves Laettner. They rotate over defensively after the trap. And there he gets good inside position, converts it.
So now Rice, Williams, and Fox all have 3 for North Carolina. Henderson has been playing with 4 since the first half. They've cut it to 18, 47-29.
I really believe 10 has got to be their goal at the 10-minute mark.
Fox guarded by Hurley. Excuse me, Rice guarded by Hurley. This is Fox, and now he gives it off to Lynch. Double pump, tough shot. Lost it out of bounds, out to Duke.
Their offensive efficiency rate right now in the second half would be very low. In the first half, it was near perfection with each possession.
Ever. Henderson.
He's got 4 fouls. He's got to be careful of any kind of drive to the basket.
Laettner lost it.
Brought the ball down to the floor. He took a 6'11" body and made himself into a 5'11" player by bringing the ball down.
We've got a timeout on the court. It's 47-29 with 15:57 left.
Official timeout.
Duke trying to make a game of it after being down 45-21 at the half. They have outscored North Carolina 8-2 in the first 4 minutes and 3 seconds of action here.
Mike, did you see the good article today in the News and Observer by Carlton Tudor about the unbelievable rivalry between Mike Krzyzewski and Dean Smith? And I thought it was a great article talking about their passion for success and how they hate to lose. And it's not that they have anything really personal against each other in some of their confrontations. It's their unbelievable desire and relentless drive to win. And Mike Krzyzewski said it best when he said, the one thing we both do have and both possess is the common denominator, great pride in the schools we represent.
Krzyzewski has just become the 2nd all-time winningest coach in Duke history. Trails only Eddie Cameron by 12 games. He might catch him this year.
He keeps it up, they'll start to make a new Fieldhouse maybe in his name.
King Rice missed the layup after an excellent drive.
Got the Cameron Indoor Stadium and maybe eventually build a Krzyzewski house.
Nice pass by Hurley to Hill. Can't get off the shot. Laettner passed up an easy one, forced it up. He did draw the foul. That'll be called on Davis.
North Carolina is about a half step behind the way they played in the first half. Defensively, offensively, there's Hurley dumping it off. They're going to kick it back out to Laettner. He's going to drive. They love to drive the gap. See the gap there? He drove the gap, and the defensive player, Davis, reached in.
North Carolina's committed 5 team fouls in the second half. Duke has yet to commit a personal. Dick, I think that first half had an awful lot to do with adrenaline. That's a very big thing in college basketball.
Yeah, when you let that emotion, that adrenaline go, and you allow a team to get the adrenaline their way, it can change the whole complexion. But Duke is really not taking advantage of many opportunities.
They have missed several good opportunities here in the second half to cut further into the lead, and Leitner, a great free throw shooter, has missed 2.
I got a question for you, and I know you follow the ACC religiously. What has happened to Wake Forest?
We'll find out tomorrow night. We've got Wake Forest against North Carolina State, a team with a lot more talent than a 7-7 record. I think they've lost 6 out of 7 games.
They've lost 6 out of 7, and I'm really surprised. I thought they were going to be a solid team.
I think they will be by the end of the year, but Sam Ivey was hurt, their premier player.
Anthony Tucker transferred from Georgetown, putting on some good numbers for Davey Odom's team.
We'll see him tomorrow night.
Against the best offensive backcourt in America, Corciani and Monroe.
15 minutes to go in this one. Lynch almost double dribbled it. Got to get rid of it, and does. Rice driving again, dumps it off to Chilcutt.
What a nice play. Good ball movement. Rice penetrates the defense, dumps it off for the easy layup into Chilcutt.
49-30, only the second basket of the half for North Carolina. Hill. Whoa. Kubek for 3. Too strong.
He's been shooting the ball well. Here comes a layup the other way. Rice. Convert it.
And that really got Mike Krzyzewski up off the Duke bench. He's putting in McCaffrey, but that may have stymied the run. Henderson trying to come back the other way. The tip in by Hill.
Hill, a good athlete. His dad was an outstanding hurdler.
51-32. North Carolina can afford to trade baskets. McCaffrey and Abdelnaby come back in. Leitner goes out, and Henderson will go out there. Scott Williams, he is back in for North Carolina. Denny is also into the ballgame, number 3. Fox is also back in. Fox, the leading scorer in the game. He has 15. Williams can't handle the pass thrown behind him.
Very sloppy play here in the second half. Really sloppy by both clubs. You know, Hill, who made that tip a little earlier, his dad ran the Olympic team in 1972, is now an assistant athletic director down in Billy Tubbs country, Oklahoma.
Hurley had the 3, faked it, then tried it again. Kubek to McCaffrey. Duke has gone cold at the one point they can't afford to.
Hey, Mike, I'd like to say that we're going to see a Duke run and a Duke get back in this game. I can't see it, Mike. I really can't. Not the way they're executing and playing here today.
I agree with you, Dick. I thought they had their opportunities and didn't take advantage. Williams with that big, powerful body.
This is going to be North Carolina all night long. They may trade with them, but they're not going to get out of here with any W down in Durham, North Carolina today. No way, Jose.
This win would bring Duke back to the rest of the pack in the ACC standings. It would be their first loss. Interception by Chilcutt, stolen back by Abdelnaby. 13 minutes to go. Hurley got caught inside. Chilcutt with a block, but Abdelnaby will draw the foul from Scott Williams. That will be Williams' 4th.
They have done such a solid job defensively. Look at the denial inside by Chilcutt. What a great job. Ball, you man, deny the ball. Just such a super job denying it. Duke comes back out with the loose ball. Look at the help, rotate over it. There's a little dunk down by Hurley.
When you say ball you man, I know what you're saying, but for the benefit of the people who may not have heard the explanation, it means put you between the guy with the ball and the man you're guarding.
Exactly. Very simply put, Mike. You did an excellent job, Coach Patrick.
I could never do it, but I understand it.
And you must not only play ball you man, you must see the man plus the ball. We call it midpointing. Pick a midpoint.
Hits the free throw.
Too many players get caught staring at the ball or staring at their man. As we look at Robert Brickey, do they miss him? And Henderson with 4 fouls sitting next to him. Brickey said, don't worry, Henderson. Don't worry. It's a long season. They got to come back to Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Brickey will be back in about 3 weeks. They tell us he'll be 100%. No surgery required on the knee.
What a quality kid, too, when you get a chance to talk to him. Just a class act.
53-34.
Well, you know one thing. The Duke kids aren't going to quit here. I guarantee you that.
Oh, no. Madden double-teamed at the baseline. Rice saves it. Great night for King Rice.
Oh, nice pass right there.
Davis for 3.
He doesn't convert, but what an excellent pass by Rice. Right over the top of the defense. The skip pass.
Here comes Hurley, and Duke needs a couple of big three-point baskets really to have a chance. Leitner just inside the line.
It's a deuce. He really possesses good perimeter skills as well as good interior skills.
Leitner has 13 points, the only one in Duke's lineup with more than 6.
North Carolina trying to have some patience on offense, looking for the backdoor cut. There it is.
Great backdoor bounce pass to Fox.
And simply put, for the fan out there, backdoor cut means you cut behind the defensive player. Catch the defensive player staring at the ball, reverse your move to the goal, catch the bounce pass and score.
Rick Fox has 17. Leitner scores at the other end, give him 15, and it's 55-38. Here comes Duke again. Leitner runs into Madden, no whistle. Bodies go everywhere.
They missed the call right there.
Hill put it in.
Hill with the deuce around the basket. Should have had an offensive foul on Leitner.
Well, there certainly should have been something. There was enough contact. 55-40. This is as close as the Blue Devils have been in a long time.
Hey, Mike, did you say there wasn't going to be another run?
We both did.
I agree. They still got a long road to hoe here. Look at the backdoor cuts.
11 minutes to go in the game. Hill called for holding.
Look at these.
Fox went backdoor on him again.
He wants the intentional foul. See, what's happening right now, they're susceptible to the backdoor cut because Duke is really extended on the wings defensively.
We've got a timeout on the court. North Carolina leading Duke 55-40 with 10:59 to go. We're back at the Smith Center in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. North Carolina led by 24 at the half. They're up by 15 now with 10:59 to go in the ballgame. Duke has made a run, but 15 down is still a long way to go.
Watch North Carolina in their execution offensively when they get in their half-court game. Really look to the backdoor cut. See, right here, there's really extended on the wings, trying to deny the ball. See Kubek trying to deny the ball on that wing. Right here, Fox really knows how to run that.
Madden held by Leitner. That's his third.
Bring Leitner away from the basket. Try to get him out on the perimeter. He's still smiling. There's a lot of time left. I'm not worried.
Lynch checks back into Dean Smith's lineup. Madden will come out. Offensively, it's been Leitner for Duke with 15, the only man in double figures, and the same for North Carolina. Fox, the only man in double figures. Rice tried to save it and couldn't. Not his fault, bad pass. McCaffrey.
They can get a three here. They can make things a little interesting.
Critical possession, I think, for Duke.
Kubek really hasn't shot the ball well at all, and he is a good three-point shooter.
McCaffrey was open. Fox reached out, made the steal. Rice comes up with it. Rick Fox has been tremendous. There's King Rice.
And he has been sensational.
Yeah, he has.
Come on, smile, Dean. Come on, smile. You're up 17. You would have never dreamt it here with less than 10.
Rice with 10. Back the other way. Leitner, who is doing it all by himself. 17 points for Duke. 57-42.
He has really picked it up a notch here in the second half. Christian Leitner.
There have been times throughout his career where Rice has been challenged and responded. Tonight is one of them.
He responded. It's the backdoor cut. There it is. Oh.
Pass a little high, couldn't quite control it.
He really runs that cut well, that 45-degree angle.
But Hubert Davis makes the steal at the other end. Hurley is
Get it back. Thank you.
Blocked from behind by Leitner, but he was out of bounds when he tried to pick it up. Great defense by Leitner.
A sensational job defensively by Leitner because it was perfect execution, 2-on-1. Give it up, get it back, convert. But Leitner says, no, you're not converting.
Nice job by Rice to run the 2-on-1.
Now see if that was vintage North Carolina and when Michael J was here, that would have been slam, jam, bam. I would have jumped out of my seat. I love that quote by Jordan. Did you read that quote concerning Isaiah Thomas?
Oh, yeah. Chilcutt left alone on the baseline.
What a breakdown defensively. What did Jordan say? He said, Isaiah doesn't want me to play Magic, but if he were playing Magic, it would be okay. But then again, nobody would want to watch it.
Yeah, that was a little cold, wasn't it?
He only wanted to make $1 million. That's not too bad.
McCaffrey had it blocked by Davis. They'll call Davis for the foul. Looked like a pretty good block by Hubert Davis.
Billy McCaffrey really shoots the ball better coming off screens than creating the shot off his dribble. But right there, he drew the contact. Here comes one of the
back in. Chilcott's out.
Well, Madden would make my all Dow Jones team. You know, he's like that stock market up, down, yo-yo. You don't know from each day what you're going to expect. One day he's all Rolls Royce, and the next day he's like that old broken down little Volkswagen in the garage.
McCaffrey, #1 in the ACC in free throw shooting, 87% coming in.
He's got a beautiful touch.
That's his first point of the night.
And his brother's quite a wide receiver, they tell me. Keith Jackson was telling me he's got great hands.
Boy, he and Hurley look like they're late for choir practice,
Yeah,
don't
they do. His brother plays for Stanford in football, Mike, and his sister plays basketball at Georgetown. Not too bad. 3 youngsters, Duke, Stanford, and Georgetown.
Not a bad set of schools.
Congratulations. I guess the MVPs have to be the McCaffrey mom and dad.
Back to 15 points. Rodel into the lineup. 9 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the game. Lynch able to penetrate to about 8 feet.
You know, he's been really quiet tonight also. George Lynch is such a solid player for a young kid. Good rebounder.
61-44. Duke just can't break that 15-point carrier. Leitner, nice drive, but he lost it on the way in. 22 Duke turnovers.
Sideline break, then look down into the post. You have 2 options with their sideline running game. One is to dump it immediately to the low box, or 2, reverse it to the high post man. When they used to reverse it to Sam Perkins or Doherty, it was an automatic J down from that foul line.
You watch that great system that North Carolina has always run.
There's the back door.
Rice.
Back door is available, Mike. We talked about it a little bit earlier because of the extension defensively.
McCaffrey back the other way, missed it. Henderson tried for the follow, didn't get it. Rice, little shake and bake. He'd like to enjoy this one.
Oh, nice entry.
Lynch.
Look at that rebound. Scored a basket. Scored a basket.
Goaltending on Hill.
Was that a big league rebound you saw right there offensively? And I don't mean to be tough on Kevin Madden, but I seem to think he's a tease. You see all that talent. Watch him work on the offensive boards. Lynch he clears it out. He bounces off the floor. He takes it up like a man, like he's in the NBA. And there is the goaltending.
65-44. I think you can heat up the bus.
I thought you could have heated it up a long time ago.
8 minutes to go. Leitner triple teamed. Hurley tried to get it to him anyway. Rick Fox will be called for the foul. That will be his 4th.
This has not been a solid performance by Bob Hurley.
No. I mean, when everybody knows where the ball's going to go and it still goes there, you got a problem.
There's like a triangle around him. I'll tell you, it's amazing. You and I were talking off the year in college basketball. Dwayne Shintz is down in Florida, suspended from the team because of a temper tantrum off the court. Richard Dumas suspended at Oklahoma State because he had a little relapse of substance abuse. You read about the running back from Tennessee. What's with these kids, Mike? Golden opportunities. There's Shintz with a chance to make millions. He can contribute to his team, and the immaturity just blows my mind with some of these young athletes.
Leitner, 8 out of 10, 18 points. Dick, I agree with you. Leitner missed the second one. Ball still alive. Chilcott gets the rebound.
Now again, look for the backdoor cut, especially out of Fox. Fox really is trying to set him up for that backdoor cut.
North Carolina in absolute control. Hubert Davis down the lane.
And he does it with the left hand. Hubert Davis with a positive contribution. Dean Smith, take this performance and put it in a closet. Lock it up.
Hurley for 3. It is back to a 22-point lead. touched by Hill. He was on the baseline. North Carolina ball.
And now we'll hear about the big upset. This is no upset, winning on your own living room floor. The scoring margin is an upset.
Mike Patrick and Dick Vitale with you from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. 7:16 to go in the game. It's North Carolina by 22. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on ESPN, Ohio State against number 6 Michigan. Another huge Big Ten game. And then we'll go to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Number 19, North Carolina State against the Deacons of Wake Forest.
Wake Forest, one of the real disappointments this year, along with Rutgers and Oklahoma State.
Rice tries the alley-oop, knocked away by Hill. He gets the steal, and then he's fouled by Chilcutt.
He got fouled there. You know, you talk Ohio State and Michigan in that matchup. Jimmy Jackson has been unreal, playing great basketball for the Buckeyes, and Randy Ayers' club has really recovered. And we look at Mike Krzyzewski on the sideline. He had a confrontation with Michigan. Michigan had the big W at Illinois to break Lou Henson's 28-game winning streak at home.
That Duke-Michigan game was a great performance by both teams, I thought.
I really enjoyed doing that game, Mike. It was really an exciting finish.
1-1.
North Carolina has been whistled for 9 fouls in the second half. Duke only 2, but Duke really hasn't been able to take advantage. Abdel Nabi with a follow.
He's been really quiet all night long. They haven't been able to get him the ball. You know who Dean Smith was singing the praises of? Colorado State. Boyd Grant. What a job he has done out on the West Coast. So is Joey Harrington, your buddy, doing a great job at Long Beach State.
He certainly is.
Here comes the free throw.
Oh, Chilcutt got whacked.
Yeah, he did, right in the eye.
Got a cut under the eye.
What a courageous athlete. He's playing with one kidney. Do you know that, Mike? Peter Chilcutt has one kidney. Unbelievable story. From out of Alabama, just a very courageous athlete.
67-47, Rice through the trap.
Tim Rice doesn't possess the superb quickness, the range as a shooter, but today he has been solid at the point guard slot, defensively and offensively.
Well, the first half more than solid.
Exactly. I really got to grade him an A+ today, the way he played.
Hurley back the other way, a 20-point lead, 6:42 to go in the game. They continue to force feed the ball to the big men, and the big men are double and triple teamed.
Well, they're really being denied the ball down on the boxes, and as you said, Bob Hurley tries to keep making that pass happen, and it's not there.
Henderson and Hurley are scoreless in the second half. Henderson just broke the drought. It's a 2-pointer. He had his toe on the line.
Where have you been, Philip? That 4 fouls really hurt them early. He got in foul trouble.
4 fouls in the first half. It really hurts the way you can play. Scott Williams clobbered by Laettner. And Laettner, that was a good foul. He didn't want to give him the dunk.
Well, Scott really hesitated going to the goal. It was a great entry right to the baseline side. Watch how he makes the pass right to the baseline side. What a perfect entry. Right to the left hand, baseline side. Scott was a little hesitant in going to the basket.
Laettner commits his 4th. Mike Krzyzewski wants to talk to him.
I'll tell you one thing. I'll sing the praises of this guy. Mike Krzyzewski doesn't have a downside about him as a coach. He gets a positive grade in every area when you talk recruiting, teaching, communication ability.
Scott Williams has missed all 4 free throws tonight. Do you think Mike will be the next Olympic coach?
Well, I think if it goes to the NBA, a guy that really deserves it will be Don Nelson. Nelly said already, I would take a year's sabbatical to coach our Olympic team. I want it so badly.
Henderson with another 3.
Henderson with the tricep. If they stay in the collegiate ranks, I think it's Mike Krzyzewski. Some feel Lute Olson, who would not be a bad choice either.
Not at all. 67-52. Williams with the drive. It's blocked. They'll call Kubek with a personal. And that will send Williams, who is 0 for 5, back to the line.
You know, Mike Krzyzewski is one of 12 guys that Bobby Knight has right now coaching at a major collegiate level. And Rolly Massimino has a host of them coaching out there. Hey, if you had to pick a Jekyll and Hyde team, it would have to be Villanova. They beat Syracuse by 19 on the road, go home and lose by 20+, then to Connecticut, go back on the road, if he converts the free throw, lose by 20-some. I mean, it's a win by 20-some against Providence, and then lose back at home again to St. John's. Rolly Massimino must be running to the refrigerator getting a lot of Rolaids, baby.
Wonders which team's going to show up. Williams got his own rebound. 1 out of 7 from the free throw line tonight for Scott Williams.
Spacing right now, spreading the court. Last 5 minutes, trying to get some execution.
Under 5:45 to go. It is a 16-point lead. North Carolina can afford to work on the clock.
Well, they should get a lot of layups now because Duke is going to try to get into a lot of traps and leave people open.
Fox, nice pass to Davis.
That's what we're talking about, Mike. You start double teaming, and if you have excellent spacing and good ball movement and utilize the diagonal pass, you're going to get layups.
Hubert Davis with 10. Hurley, low to Abdelnaby.
They got the ball down deep to Allah, and that's why he has led the ACC in field goal percentage. He's become a much more aggressive player this year.
Rice went a little bit too far, and Abdelnaby got a piece of it. Both players getting up slowly.
Last 10 confrontations, it's been 5-5. Dino versus the Lieutenant General.
Hurley.
He threw that shot.
Yes, he did.
It was like a slingshot.
Looked like he knew he was off balance and had to force it up. Jeff Denny is going to come in because King Rice came up limping after the last time he went down on the floor.
This has been Foreman versus Cooney, and I'll let you decide who's Foreman and who's Cooney.
70-54 with 4:30 left.
70-54. It's been all North Carolina. And here comes the execution out of their four corners attack. They're going to get a little ball movement instead of the dribble penetration they used to get with Bill Ford. And there's the diagonal pass, the slash cut to the goal by Davis. Excellent play. We take a look at it right here again.
Just trying to work time off the clock.
Trying to spread out. See, they used to utilize the dribble penetration with Kenny Smith. There's the cut to the goal, opposite side, wide open, layup city, just like you practice.
Chilcutt from Madden, and Chilcutt now into double figures with 10. Abdelnaby, good feet from McCaffrey.
Nice pass by Billy into Allah. Good two-man play.
4 minutes to go.
They might no one executed the four corners better than Mr. Phil Ford, now an assistant coach.
He was absolutely the best. Hurley will pick up the foul. Says something about the call. It's his third.
They had Tom Lagarde on one side, Mitch Kupchak on another side, Walton Davis at one wing, John Kuster at the other wing, and then give the ball to Ford, and then you'd wave your handkerchief and you'd say, "It's all over, baby."
It wasn't a bad team, was it?
I had the opportunity to coach against that team and wish I didn't.
Williams blocked by Abdelnaby. Heck of a defensive play. Hurley to Laettner. Double team, lost it. McCaffrey gets it. Abdelnaby.
North Carolina's done a great job of anticipating the ball into the post. There's a layup. Boom. There it is. It's finished. Muhammad Ali put it away. Dean Smith, look at him jumping for joy. It's like he won his first game. He's enjoying it. And there's Mike. Sad look on his face. Not a happy guy tonight. And there's Muhammad Ali, Ricky Fox. He said in the paper, who's better lace him up and come to play. And here he goes. Ricky Fox, bingo bongo.
Fox has 19 points.
Mike says there'll be another day.
They'll have to play again at Cameron and then probably in the ACC tournament.
They spread the court. Four corners means simply two guys along the baseline, the ball in the center, and two guards real wide. They utilize the pass more than they do the dribble like they did with the Ford and Kenny Smith kind of point guards.
Trying to deny the ball to Rice, so Davis is running the offense.
Davis played well today off the bench.
Sure did.
Look, King Rice says, tonight's been my show.
Shot clock at 6.
It's been my show.
And Rice tossed that one away. Here's Hurley trying to chase it down. Slip. Lost his dribble. It's traveling.
Yeah, moved the pivot foot when he fell to the deck. Told me his brother Danny's really playing well for his dad. He's got a brother that's a junior. His dad, another outstanding team. They lost their first game to All Hallows. Last year they were 32-0, St. Anthony's High of Jersey City.
Duke has just committed its 24th turnover, and they're down 74-56. Dick, as you said earlier, not a surprise that North Carolina would beat Duke at home, but the fact that they would dominate them has been a surprise.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to read headlines, how it was a big upset. No upset when you come into Blue Heaven and you come into Chapel Hill. In fact, as you and I talked earlier, they were the favorite, North Carolina.
2.5 points.
Despite playing a team that's won 9 in a row, despite the fact that they've lost 6 games, as all the North Carolina fans, they've got more seats for the kids closer to the arena floor as opposed to the past. They've really worked on that, trying to get the kids closer to the sideline.
74-56. This loss will drop Duke to 12-3, 3-1 in the conference. North Carolina will go to 12-6, 2-1 in the ACC.
Very young basketball team. And Mike Krzyzewski was telling me before the game that he really sees a lot of potential and promise for this team.
Rice on the drive picks up the foul from Kubek.
Kubek really had a tough night. They needed his shooting today, and it just wasn't there.
The 6th team foul against Duke. Rice will go to the line.
Rice clearly won the battle today against the outstanding freshman Bob Hurley. You know, it's an interesting story. A little sidebar. Bob Hurley, as a youngster, as we look at King Rice, used to watch Michael Jordan in North Carolina play, and he dreamt of wearing a North Carolina uniform. But they were recruiting last year early Kenny Anderson, and they didn't make a commitment to Hurley, so he said, hey, they were off my list. And the way he went to Duke, and he's never regretted his decision. He's going to be a great point guard in his 4 years.
And Kenny Anderson, of course, ended up at Georgia Tech, much to the delight of Bobby Kerman.
That is clearly the best freshman in America.
Hill gets the jam.
There'll be another Hill next year playing for Duke from down your way. Grant Hill, his dad, Calvin Hill, the former running back of the Dallas Cowboys.
Pretty good bloodlines there.
Well, they say the son is something special.
Well, Calvin was.
Well, he was a winner on the court, on the football field and off the football field.
Very bright man, very well-spoken, a great player.
Well, he graduated from Yale.
Yeah.
Ivy League education. Now an administrator.
Fox down the lane, tries to dump it off.
Is he an administrator with the Washington Redskins, I believe? I'm not sure of that. I think he is. The front office. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I've been wrong a few times.
And you will be again.
Oh, you got that right. But it won't stop me from throwing out some opinions. I guarantee you that.
75-58, just playing out the string here in the last couple of minutes. 1:38 officially to go.
And we're searching for some, hey, Kansas, Missouri, big matchup. Roy Williams, former Dean assistant.
Dean said, as a travel on King Rice, Dean said earlier this week about the fact that Roy Williams runs the same offensive system as he does at North Carolina, and he says what galls me is that Roy's running it better.
They really have run it brilliantly, unbelievable. They'll be 19-0 playing Missouri.
Cook can't get the roll.
And I don't want them to hear me. I've said time and time again, so why not again? I think it'll be the first L for the people from Lawrence when they go to Mizzou and have to take on Norm Stewart's Anthony Peeler, Doug Smith. They got some outstanding athletes, and they're so tough at home, Missouri.
Well, Kansas has had a great month and a half.
Wow, they were brilliant early, beating LSU, beating UNLV. Roy's done a solid job in that program.
Chilcutt on the dump off from King Rice.
King Rice did his show tonight. Little dribble penetration, dump it off. Chilcutt with a little baseline J.
77-58. That's Hill answering at the other end. 77-60.
Hill's going to get some PT, some playing time. He's playing for playing time to impress the coaches right now.
And North Carolina calls a timeout because Dean Smith wants to clear the bench.
Remember when he used to bring in the blue team, and he wants really to stand an ovation. He wants the crowd to really show their appreciation of the supreme effort by his Tar Heels tonight.
Well, they sure deserve it tonight, especially a player by the name of King Rice, 13 points and 9 assists.
He really played well.
Wenstrom into the ball game out of Katy, Texas. The 7-footer misses his shot.
They really feel that he's got a good future. They got some outstanding recruits coming in. The best recruiting class in America will be wearing the blue and white next year with Cliff Rozier, Derek Phelps, Brian Reese.
Hill for three. Lynch with the rebound. 10 seconds to go. Lynch wants to take it all the way and does.
He's such a good-looking young player, George Lynch. I'll tell you one thing, Cliff Rozier's for real, and this has been all North Carolina. And here's the handshake. It's been all North Carolina, John Saunders.
The Tar Heels win their 12th of the year, 79-60, a game they dominated from the opening moments against the 8th-ranked Blue Devils. For Dick Vitale and our entire ESPN crew, this is Mike Patrick. Thanks for watching. Let's go back to John Saunders.